On the 15th of August is the date we've all been waiting for. And next week, Liverpool and Bournemouth will open the Premier League. But what I'm going to do today, I'm just going to talk about the preseason of Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City. We're going to talk about their preseason so far and how well are they all prepared for the season. Come on the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th of August. Alright, if it's your first time of seeing this channel, subscribe, like, and on the notification button. Let's go there. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Manchester United. I think Manchester United finishing 15 last season is a morale killer for all Manchester United fans. But I think Manchester United did something exciting this season by signing Brian Mbeumo, by signing Cunha, bringing in Leon, yeah. They're still expecting to sign a striker and a midfielder probably, and with a goalkeeper, right? But let's talk about what happened in the preseason. You understand? They had the Asian tour where they played 3 games, sorry. They had one they played against the Asian All-Star. They had one they played against Hong Kong. They had one they played against Leeds United. And you know what? These first 3 games were appalling. They lost the first 2 against the Asian All-Star 3-1. They lost against Hong Kong 1-0. Sorry, they lost against Asian All-Star 1-0. They lost against Hong Kong 3-1. They now drew again against Leeds United 0-0. And as a Manchester United fan, as soon as you saw this preseason, you get pissed off, right? Then comes the Premier League series, where they met West Ham United, where they met Bournemouth, they met Everton. This, I think, gave Manchester United fans a glimpse of hope, because in these 3 games, they performed well. They performed well, to be candid. The first game against West Ham United ended 2-1. And if there's something that I love in this preseason for Manchester United, of course, is the unity, the cohesiveness, the togetherness in this present team. And you could see this team presently, and you would definitely know now they are way fitter, they are faster, they are sharper, and they are technically better compared to last season. And I think this is where you have to give Ruben Amorim some credit. The idea that last season, he keeps saying it, that one of the main reasons why he did not perform well last season was the idea that he never had a time with this team. And I think this preseason and tour gave him that time. Now he had, to be candid, he had a very, very good time with this team now. And I'm pretty bit angry with the management, because I feel like they've not signed every player that they wanted to sign for him, But with what he had now, I think he made use of it. And they played absolutely well, especially against Bournemouth. Because to win Bournemouth 4-1, it's not an easy stuff. And quite a lot of people will say, it's just a Bournemouth, it's just a preseason. But bro, Bournemouth is still a good team. They played against Everton 2-2. They played against West Ham United 2-1. And they won the Premier League series in Chicago. Do you think this performance is worthy of a performance going into the Premier League for Manchester United? I think so. It's not the best of performance. It's not, I don't like judging team based on preseason. But, if you want to judge the future, you judge it from the present and the past. So that is why I'll be doing this judgment now. So this is it. Do I think Manchester United with just this preseason they're going to win the league? No way. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. In fact, me telling you that Manchester United are going to go into top 4, I think would be delusional, to be candid. But I see Manchester United with this kind of performance, with this togetherness, with people ready to run for each other going into the season. I see them finish it in top 6. It's minimum top 5. You understand? Maximum top 5, minimum top 6. That is what I think about Manchester United. All right, the next one is Arsenal preseason so far. The first game they played was against AC Milan. Arsenal finished second last season, and we all complain and we talk about how good this team is, but they're missing some piece. And if there's something that I talked about last season, was them getting a striker, them getting a winger, and them getting a midfielder. And I think they've got that now, to be candid. Gyökeres is in the team now, one of the hottest striker in the world is in the team now. Zubimendi, one of the best midfielder in the world, defensive midfielder, is in the team now. He will take over from Partey. We also have Madueke, of course. that will be deputizing Saka or sometime playing from the left-hand side. So I think Arsenal are pretty equipped for the season now. Can they win the Premier League? That is a question on the lips of every Arsenal fans. The first preseason game was against AC Milan. They won that game 1-0, and it was a performance to look out for, to be candid. They were outstanding. They played absolutely well. I think they should have won that game 4-5-0 that day, but AC Milan goalkeeper was just out of the world, and they won that game. The next game was against Newcastle United. They won that game 3-2. That game to me was like a tightener, you understand? And it was a pretty good game, to be candid. They won that game 3-2. And the last game they played was against West Ham United. They lost that game 1-0. The next game was against Tottenham, and they lost that game 1-0. I think as soon as they lost that game 1-0, doubts kicking again. People start doubting the capability of Arsenal. But you know what? They still have one game to play against Aston Villa on the 6th of August. They have another game to play against Atletico Bilbao on the 9th of August. So I think Arsenal still have what it takes to prepare for the season. Do I think Arsenal can win the league this season? I think it's still difficult, to be candid. But if Gyökeres kick off, Zubimendi kick off, I think they can. I don't even think Arsenal need to sign any other player again, because they're in a very good position presently. So I think Arsenal going into the season could win the Premier League. You understand? But the list is they could still finish second, right? That is it for Arsenal. The next team on this pedestal is Liverpool. Liverpool have been phenomenal throughout this year preseason. I think they've played 4 games in this preseason. They've lost only 1, and they scored a lot of goals. The first game was against Preston. They won that game 3-1. What a performance that they gave in that day. The next one was against AC Milan. They lost that game 4-2. Leo Raphael was just on fire that day. But I don't think it defined them, to be candid. The next one was against Yokohama. They won that game 3-1. And the next one, another one was against Atletico Bilbao. They won that game 3-2. But if there's something you find out about this Liverpool preseason, is they considered in all the games. So that's to tell you that there is a shaky thing going on in their defense. But you know what? It's just a preseason. Who knows? They could go into the Premier League now. They will be hot fire, right? But with this performance in the preseason, I think they are ready. And they've signed some beautiful players, to be candid. They've signed Hugo Ekitike. They've signed Florian Wirtz. They're on the verge of signing Isak. And I said it, bro. As soon as Liverpool sign Isak, the Premier League is over. They've won it. We just forget about it. That's just the fact. As soon as they sign him, they've won the Premier League. But I think with this preseason, with their performance so far, they played an excellent football, played a beautiful football. I think they'll be going far in the Premier League, and I think they'll be contending for Premier League. And if I really want to still put my top 2 Premier League contender, Liverpool will still be there, right? So that's it for that. The last thing we'll be talking about is the champion of the world, of course, Chelsea. Bro, there's nothing as sweet as you working hard, being successful, and resting. While all the team are busy playing preseason, hustling, Chelsea were just relaxed, chilling, signing players, and doing absolutely very well. All the boys were just enjoying themselves, moving from one vacation to the other. But anyway, I think they resumed yesterday, and they paid their due, man. They went to the World Club champion, won the European champion, PSG. So I think they deserve all the rest, you understand? So I think among the top 5 teams in England, Chelsea will be playing the least preseason. Their preseason will start on the 8th of August, where they'll be playing against Bayer Leverkusen. The next one will be on the 10th of August, where they'll be playing against Milan. And if you look at these 2 teams, to be basic, I think Chelsea have all what it takes to win these 2 teams, Even without playing this preseason, I think Chelsea are prepared for the season. You understand? Because for you to go into that World Club champion and win it, played from the beginning to the end, I think for you to win World Cup, you need to play 3 group stage games, 1 knockout, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. That's like 7 games, bro. So I think they don't even need to play any preseason, but I mean, just for preseason's sake, I think that's why they organized this Bayer Leverkusen and Milan game for them. And I think they're going to win it. I think Chelsea will be going into the season the most confidence. Do you understand what I mean? Not because they are very, very good, but because success brings confidence to you. And I think Chelsea have that now. You understand? So I think Chelsea will be going into the season pretty confident. They'll be going into the season pretty ready to win the Premier League. You understand? They're in the Champions League. The least you'll be expecting from them is them finishing in top 4 again, right? It's just basic that Chelsea are in a very, very good form now, and playing that World Club champion gave them an edge over some team. So I see Chelsea minimum finishing in top 4. Do you understand what I mean? But I think we're still going to talk about the fixtures, how hard their fixtures is, and which team they're going to win in their first 5 fixtures. But for now, I think Chelsea are in a tremendous form, and I think they'll be ready for the Premier League.